A day after the Prime Minister confirmed Australia will recognise Palestinian statehood, the federal opposition has vowed to undo the pledge if it's elected. Anthony Albanese will make the declaration at the United Nations next month, today stepping up his criticism of Israel's Prime Minister. Here's National Affairs correspondent Jane Norman.
Allies moving in lockstep towards a tectonic shift in foreign policy.
We need to have a breakthrough.
The Prime Minister wants Australia to play a part, joining France, the UK and Canada in recognising Palestinian statehood at next month's UN General Assembly. Deeply frustrated with Israel's conduct in Gaza and losing patience with its leader.
He again reiterated to me what he has said publicly as well, which is to be in denial about the consequences that are occurring for innocent people.
Increasingly isolated on the international stage, Israel responded angrily, describing the declarations as
a reward for terror. This is a grave and dangerous mistake.
To recognise unilaterally a Palestinian state does one thing for the terrorists. It rewards them and it emboldens them.
When asked if the coalition would revoke the decision,
we would never have made this decision.
Later issuing a statement going further, the shadow cabinet resolved that recognition would be revoked by a coalition government, firm in the belief that a peace deal must come first.
They want no part of the global momentum and the global progress that is being made here.
Momentum built by France, its president welcoming Australia's pledge to join the global push. More than 145 of the 193 UN member nations recognise a Palestinian state, a tally set to rise in September. The United States, the most prominent holdout, and Israel's most powerful ally. Despite it being our closest ally, the government isn't worried about breaking from America on this issue. Australia is taking this leap in concert with other like-minded nations and with the knowledge that the Arab world has turned its back on Hamas. The hope is that this collective action acts as a circuit breaker to this seemingly endless conflict. Jane Norman, ABC News, Canberra.
In the West Bank, the Palestinian Authority says it's confident that Australia's recognition of Palestinian statehood would encourage other nations to follow suit. But many in the community are concerned the symbolism of the move will only achieve so much. Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran reports.
15,000 kilometres from Canberra and a concrete wall away from Jerusalem, news of Australia's pending recognition is spreading through the streets of the West Bank.
It's amazing. I mean, we've seen something that we've never seen before, which is more countries are siding with us and seeing the injustice.
I see the Australian advancement together with many other countries. This is a good thing and will bring peace to the region and stability.
But while it's being welcomed, there's a simmering sentiment that it's taken far too long for Australia and others to see Palestinians as worthy of equal footing on the world stage.
Palestinians have been here for a long time. We are not waiting to be recognised.
When you cut me, I bleed the same colour you bleed. There should be no difference between the two.
It pains them.
The Palestinian Authority believes the intervention will inspire others.
This is long overdue. Australia is a weighty country. Its recognition will make a difference.
Australia's support comes with conditions, specifically reform of the Palestinian Authority to make sure it's up to the job of governing and that it holds elections for the first time in decades.
We want a democratic country whereby we can elect our leaders, and we have been denied that democratic process because we are living under abnormal conditions.
This is a community acutely aware of the significance of a country taking the steps to recognise Palestinian statehood. But this is also a community living under occupation, knowing full well that more needs to happen to have a tangible effect on their lives.
Israeli development continues to encroach on the West Bank, with illegal settlements taking land and even segregated roads designed to hamper movement of Palestinians.
We are also challenged by 1,300 checkpoints. We can hardly move 5-6 kilometres without being stopped and checked.
Roadblocks to lasting peace and hopes for a future state. Matthew Doran, ABC News, Ramallah.
The Prime Minister's promise to recognise a Palestinian state is getting a mixed response from Palestinian Australians. Here's reporter Nabil Al-Nashar.
Palestine is more than a word for Samir Akramawi.
Up until 1975, I had on my passport that I was born in Jerusalem, Palestine. After that, they denied me the right to claim that I was born in Palestine.
The Australian Army veteran was born in Jerusalem in 1945, before Israel existed. He's taken the Australian government to federal court to petition his right to identify his place of birth as Palestine.
Our background is Palestinians, not unknown, not Israeli, not Lebanese.
Watching the Prime Minister promise to recognize Palestine was a relief.
This is a pretty good move from Australia, and I thank them for it.
Lubna Haddad's parents fled Palestine after the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. She sees the recognition of Palestine hollow and tokenistic.
Palestine's always existed. We've always existed. We'll always exist. Recognition for us is platitudes. It does practically nothing to feed Gazans who are starving.
Like many in the Palestinian camp, Lubna believes this recognition is too little too late, with not much left to recognize as Palestine. They want sanctions on Israel, an expulsion of the ambassador, and a global arms embargo. But for many in the Jewish community, the recognition of a Palestinian state alone is outrageous.
How our government or how our Prime Minister and our Foreign Minister think this is going to work, to have a territory governed by a terrorist group, dismays me.
Others in the Jewish community think the recognition doesn't go far enough.
We need actual concrete action on the ground of what we're going to do to prevent Israel from committing genocide. Okay, the idea that because my family suffered means that I need to defend or represent Israel in any way is bonkers.
Mixed reactions from Australians, all desperate for an end to the bloodshed. Nabil Al-Nashar, ABC News, Sydney.